What is up, Hellions, and welcome to another video where I'm just going to sit here and we're going to discuss something big that happened over the last weekend, and that is Logan Paul's box break for the 25th anniversary of Pokemon. Now, obviously, based on the title, I kind of think it was a little bit of a disaster, and we're going to go into why, but first, I want to just let you guys know quick. If you like the video today, hit the like and subscribe button. I also created a Patreon channel. So patreon.com/JavaAkuma. There's a $5 tier called the Gem Mint tier. If you guys subscribe to that $5 tier, I will shout you out at the end of every YouTube video. Now, just a quick recap of how this all happened if you guys don't know. So Logan Paul's box break, his first one was very successful. It actually was a huge part in creating this boom that has happened to Pokemon, and honestly, a huge part as to why my YouTube channel is now very Pokemon focused and getting me back into the hobby was him kind of creating this boom and all these other content creators coming out and creating the boom and kind of reigniting the flame in my heart as well for the hobby and for Pokemon in general. So his first break was super successful, and for the 25th anniversary, he decided he was going to buy every first edition box from base set that was, I guess, available on the market at the time, because obviously he wouldn't be able to buy all of them that existed. But he ended up getting his hands on 6 of them, which I think cost him around $2 million. And to do this box break, he put all the packs on an auction site, and people bid on the packs up to a certain amount, and then they bought the packs. He did extremely well with all the auctions. Most of the packs went for between $30,000 to $40,000 a piece. And I think the reason why that happened was because everyone saw kind of the boom that a lot of the channels and things that bought into his first break were able to achieve, and they wanted that kind of advertisement. Not only are you buying a pack that could have a few $100,000 card in it, but you're also buying a pack that's going to be opened in front of millions of people, and that sort of exposure could do really great things for someone who has the money, but maybe their channel hasn't taken off yet, or someone who has a successful channel but wants to continue growing. Now, before we get into why I think it was a bit of a disaster, I want to talk about the good things about the break. And the one major good thing about the break was the box was insane. The pulls in the box were insane. He got all of the holos, obviously, he was supposed to get, but he got 2 Charizards, not just one, which is a fairly rare occurrence in a box like that. He also got a Venusaur, a Blastoise, 2 Chanseys, an Alakazam, a Mewtwo. Like, he got all of the best holos in the box. The box itself was actually insane, and it was a perfect box and opening from that perspective. It was super enjoyable to watch those cards be pulled and kind of surface, and it was very, very cool. Now, for me, that's kind of where the fun and the good part of the break ended. I really thought that this was going to be a celebration of Pokemon, that this was going to be a huge thing for the market, huge thing for the popularity of Pokemon. It was going to continue to rise and skyrocket. People were going to continue to be invested by this, and it kind of fell short of that, of being an actual celebration of Pokemon, and there's lots of reasons why. There were lots of focuses elsewhere that kind of overshadowed this whole idea that it was going to be a celebration on the 25th anniversary of Pokemon. So there are 5 major kind of blunders that happened during the opening that I think were kind of the biggest reasons why I found it to not be satisfactory. And one of those was, first, the handling of the cards and the box. Now, you could kind of tell that he was very nervous, especially at the start. You're opening $40,000 packs with a chance of hitting a $400,000, $300,000, $400,000 card. So you can imagine that, of course, you're going to be nervous opening those packs. Now, people who typically open packs, especially packs that old and that rare, they try to keep the pack artwork looking nice because they'll actually send the pack artwork with the rest of the cards and the pack to the buyer, because the pack itself, even though it's opened and all the cards are out of it, still holds a significant value of money. Now, when he was opening them, he was going very fast. That was one of the kind of the frustrating points that I'll get to later. He was blitzing through these packs in less than a minute, and when he was opening them, there wasn't a whole lot of care being placed into the actual opening of the pack. He was tearing the front pack artwork, and there were multiple moments in which he just dropped the cards. It just seemed like either he was very nervous or there just wasn't a whole lot of care being put into the actual opening of the packs itself. It was a very quick process. I feel like normally you'd want to go kind of slow. You'd want to build the tension. I think the entire event was under 2 hours, and each pack was for the most part under a minute and a half. A lot of times under a minute. So as I said earlier in the video, a reason to spend $40K on a pack is because of the exposure you're going to get. Hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people are going to watch this opening, and they're going to see your pack get open. I've seen a lot of other openings on Twitch where they actually call people on Discord, on Zoom. They call them in, they talk to them while they're opening the packs. They celebrate the big hits, and they kind of console the people who don't hit anything. And that's kind of a cool way to do it because you're having a back and forth. You're talking about your Pokemon nostalgia. All of that is kind of surfacing, and it makes it about Pokemon and how you feel about Pokemon. In this break, he didn't really talk to the people who were pulling the cards. He didn't bring them in via Zoom or anything. And even the people who were there who had won like a giveaway and got a free pack and were there, he didn't even really talk to them much while he was pulling the cards. So it was mostly just him pulling the cards, and then his sidekick guy kind of making the jokes and the banter, which we'll talk about in a second as well. Now, don't get me wrong. People did get a shout-out before their pack was opened, but it was, like I said before, the pack opening was so fast and so short that I can't tell you one person's name who actually opened a pack during the opening. I can't. Like, the first one, obviously, like Randolph, it included people in the community, people that you wanted to see succeed and win and have a good time and pull something great. And this one, it was more like almost anonymous people. Like people, they were either sponsors of Logan Paul in the break, or they were kind of just these people who had cryptocurrency, who bought a bunch of packs with the crypto, and who knows if they even are actually into Pokemon or they just wanted to spend a bunch of crypto on it. So in that way, kind of not including very many actual Pokemon community people into the break, it kind of lost a little bit of its draw and a little bit of its tie to the Pokemon community as a whole. In my opinion, I would be frustrated with Logan in the way that he treated the openings, how fast he went, how he just blitzed through everything. Because if I was going to spend $40,000 on a pack and I had a shout out, I would at least want him to mention my name a couple of times, to read the shout out, and to kind of focus more on the people who bought the packs and who made this opening successful for you, and less on your own stuff like your cryptocurrency, your NFT, your banter with your sidekick, stuff like that. I don't know. It just felt detached. It felt like he was opening them, but there wasn't anything. It was a vehicle for his side ventures, his NFT stuff, his sponsors, all that stuff, and not a vehicle for Pokemon. I just mentioned that I was going to talk about the banter with him and his sidekick. I'm sorry, I don't know the guy's name. I don't watch their podcast, so I don't know the guy's name. I keep calling him the sidekick. But he was kind of the banter guy. Like, you had Logan opening the packs, and then you had the guy sitting next to him who was kind of the hype man, or like the banter guy who was kind of providing a lot of the actual talking and comedic relief, I guess, during the opening while Logan was actually opening the packs. Now, for me, it started to get a little sad. If I was a person who spent that much money and I didn't hit something good, the last thing I would want is someone like rubbing salt in the wound. And the best way that I can kind of describe this is somebody hit like a Clefairy doll or something as their rare. It wasn't very good. Devolution spray, something like that. And the guy next to him literally said something about it basically throwing away like 46 mortgage payments, or I think on the next pack, the guy sitting next to him was like, if you thought the Clefairy doll was bad, the scoop up looks like a piece of poop being grabbed by something. I don't know what he was, but he was basically like, these people spend so much money to open these packs, and he was basically like rubbing salt in the wound on every pack that didn't actually get a hit. And I know he was trying to be funny, and it probably wasn't in his intention to make people feel like crap. after they didn't get a hit, but it's kind of the last thing I would want to happen to myself if I spent that much money on a pack of cards, because I already feel bad that I just wasted that much money. Essentially, I don't need someone kind of dogpiling onto it with a joke about how much money I just wasted. I feel like you'd want to be maybe more consolable to them. Say, hey, thank them. Thank you for taking part in the break. I'm sorry you didn't hit anything, like that sort of thing. Not, oh, you just threw away 46 mortgage payments. Now, just like the first break, the guy providing the price estimates for him was providing some pretty insane prices. The best example of this is the Alakazam. When he pulled an Alakazam, the guy said that it was probably $25,000 card. Now, if you look online, PSA 10 Alakazams go between $10,000 to $15,000. So that is a massive increase of price. And I think the Golden Auctions guy was somehow almost doubling the price of some of the cards, because he assumes that if it gets a PSA 10 and it has that little script on the PSA case that it came from the Logan Paul box, that it's going to actually cost more money. It's going to have like a premium based on that pedigree, which I'm not sure it will. I do think there will be people who will want to collect those, but I'm not sure if it actually... It really depends on the person. Do I think that it's going to increase a $15,000 Alakazam by $10,000? Probably not. I mean, what do I know? But I would assume that it's probably not going to almost double the price of a card. But yeah, I mean, maybe. It just seemed pretty outlandish. And he did that with most cards, especially most of the holos. He put this like premium price tag on it based on the fact that it's going to have this pedigree if it gets a 10. But I do think there's a reason why he was trying to inflate it so much. And that happened at the end of the break. Logan basically said, I have a bunch of cards at PSA. Hey, Golden Auctions guy, can I sell my cards through you? And he said, yes, you can sell your cards through me. And so it was kind of like it was a bit of a sponsorship thing where it was like, but it felt kind of sleazy for the Golden Auctions guy who's going to be selling Pokemon cards at auction to be quoting prices that are like way higher than the typical average price of the card. It just didn't come off very, very good to me personally. Last but not least, and the cherry on top of the sundae, is that Collectibles Guru came back. And how convenient that it was the last pack that Collectibles Guru came back to the opening. Honestly, I think that if you had any love for the hobby and you understood the people in the hobby, you would not have had him come back. You wouldn't have even allowed him to buy a pack based on how hated he is in the community, and all of kind of the shady things that he's been a part of, not only with a lot of the things that he said during Logan Paul's first break, but stuff after that with the whole dumb money situation where he sold the counterfeit box to them. Did he know it was counterfeit? Who knows? But it was. And he just seems to have his hand in a lot of sleazy operations. And I think if you actually had a genuine care for the Pokemon community and the people who are in it, then you probably would have not sold a pack to Collectibles Guru. I think that to me was like the cherry on top of the sundae of like, yep, this is not about Pokemon. This is not about Pokemon. This is about Logan Paul's NFT. This is about cryptocurrency, his digital cards, all that stuff. This is about him making as much money as possible. He's even selling the video of him opening the packs. I'm pretty sure he said that he's going to sell the video of each pack being opened as well. So he monetized literally everything about this. And I'm not even sure that he mentioned the 25th anniversary of Pokemon. Maybe he did at the very start, but after that, it was all, here's my crypto, here's my currency, sign up for the Low Gang or whatever the hell they're called, all that stuff. It just didn't have the spirit, I think, of the first one, which included a lot more people in the Pokemon community, and it felt more genuine toward kind of the love of Pokemon and not a money-making opportunity disguised as a Pokemon box break. All right, guys, well, that is what I thought of Logan Paul's $1 million box break. I really went in with high expectations. I really wanted this to be something good for the community, and I really wanted to see the passion that Logan Paul claims that he has towards Pokemon and the Pokemon community and Pokemon cards, and I just didn't see it. It was so overshadowed by his other stuff that it was really unfortunate. But if you liked the video today, hit the like and subscribe button. We do Pokemon content here 3 to 4 days a week, and it's a lot of fun. I go out into the wild to a bunch of different stores and try and find cards and stuff. It's a lot of fun. You should check out my other videos. Well, that is it for me. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. We'll see you on the next one.